Annyeong guys, welcome back to my channel. Hari ini kita lanjut Archon Quest Genshin di Natlan. Chapter 5 Act 2. Di story Genshin ini kan nggak bisa diulang ya, apalagi Archon Quest itu benar-benar bagus ceritanya. Jadi langsung aja yang penasaran mau ditonton videonya, langsung aja dicek videonya. Oke, thank you guys.
She gave Paimon some for the road just this morning, yelling at some kids who got caught throwing stones in the hot springs, so
Hey, you guys. Sleep well last night?
Yep, this area is so nice.
Glad you like it. I was thinking of taking you guys out to do some sea fishing. Later tonight, we can eat whatever we catch. Fresh fish is absolutely delicious right off the grill.
Hey, Moalani!
Yeah? What do you need?
The team sent out to fight in the Night Warden Wars.
And Kachina? Is she...
Kachina fell. But don't worry, the team was victorious, so the...
That's a relief. The Abyss is cunning.
Exactly.
All right, thanks for letting me know. Jeez, she sounded a little anxious there. Had me thinking it was bad news for a moment.
Moalani, you said the Abyss was cunning just now. Like, think about all those monsters. Not that Paimon...
At a glance, it certainly seems like the only goal is total destruction. But through our long history of fighting the Abyss, we've realized things aren't quite... 500 years ago, the Abyss invaded Teyvat. That's right. Conrius and Natlan was the worst affected of all. It took the combined efforts of the then Pyro Archon and heroes from every tribe to finally repel the Abyss. Even so, the effects of the invasion lingered for hundreds of years, only able to be reversed little by little. Our tribe's waters were contaminated. The Children of Echo's territory was overrun by dangerous sludge. It was like each disaster was designed for a specific tribe. Exactly. We now believe the Abyss has invaded.
And that's how it became so dangerous and cunning. Almost like it knows you inside and out.
Yes, and that's why we've been unable to fully eradicate it. Luckily, the problems left behind by the Abyss have been successfully addressed by the various Pyro Archons Now every tribe is prospering and things are looking up. I mean, just look at what we managed to do a few days ago.
You must have had to sacrifice a lot to get to this point.
Every battle, every sacrifice is in pursuit of a future where we get to stop fighting. Responsibility, duty, unavoidable burden. Everyone in Natlan views the war differently, but I believe we will be rid of the Abyss one day. And the efforts of all who fought against them will become a story for the ages. To think that my name could survive in ballads passed down to future generations, it's kind of romantic. Everyone has something that drives them forward, you know? We have to. Not only for ourselves, but for our future. Anyway, let's head to the stadium. Our fishing trip can wait until Kachina's back with us. The sea's not going anywhere. Of course. No one's gonna miss out on the chance to welcome our heroes back from battle. It's their moment of glory. Kachina's gonna be so flustered. She's never had this many eyes on her before.
Yeah, she doesn't seem seem like the kind of person who likes being the center of attention.
Looks like I'm just in time.
Kinich, you're here!
Yeah, a commission ran longer than expected, but I made it. I heard about the incident with your tribe, Mualani. Is everyone all right?
Yeah, it's all taken care of. Our new friend here's got some tricks up his sleeve, by the way. He's just as strong as Kachina made him out to be.
Hey, look! Is it about to start?
That's right. Someone will come out and recite a eulogy, and then we'll sing the Ode of Resurrection together. Come on, let's find a spot with a good view. When the singing starts, just follow my lead and you'll be fine. Let's go somewhere higher up so Kachina can spot us.
Warriors of Natlan, heed the call of life. We are the inheritors of memory and legend. Those who grew alongside sun and wind. Those who forged our own destiny and future. That is Natlan's fire, the lifeblood of our nation.
I could not find Kachina within the Night Kingdom, or locate her ancient name.
What?
What does that even mean?
Usually once the ode is complete, the Pyro Archon and resurrected person will emerge from the flames. But something went wrong.
What's going on?
This has never happened before.
Well, I think it's pretty obvious. Clearly, the team sent to fight the Abyss didn't win after all. Think about it. The Ode rekindles all victors. We've witnessed it countless times. Since the Archon couldn't find Kachina in the Night Kingdom, that must mean there's more to this victory than meets the eye.
Hey! You just haven't gotten over the fact that Kachina beat you in the pilgrimage!
Pathetic. The both of you.
Your wild guesses are misplaced. We completed our mission.
Maybe you did, but who's to say whether that little girl even contributed at all? Maybe she got scared and ran off. Why would the YUB recognize someone like her, even if she was on the winning team?
How dare you insult a hero of Natlan like that? Kachina sacrificed herself to repel the Abyss. She doesn't deserve to be subjected to your vile rumors when she's not even here to defend herself.
Calm down, Mualani. There's no point arguing with the likes of them.
I can't just sit here and let them slander her like that.
To insult a hero of Natlan, the person actually has to be a hero.
You...
Think about it, everyone. Who do you think is really at fault here? A girl who never should have even gone to war? Or the great Pyro Archon? Why would the rules of our nation suddenly stop working?
That's true. If she wasn't revived, it must mean she failed to achieve victory. Maybe the YUB interpret victory in different ways?
I mean, that girl didn't look all that strong to me.
She's been waiting for this moment for too long. No matter how daunting the situation, no matter how scared she might feel, she's always the first person to stand up and face it head on. We don't even know what happened. So don't you dare try to use this as an excuse to vent your anger or slander her reputation.
Fine. We'll find out what happens soon enough. Then, we'll see who truly deserves glory.
That's enough. There is no doubt about today's victory, or Kachina's part in it. She is a hero worthy of our admiration and celebration. However, the failure of today's ceremony is undeniable. Kachina has not been rekindled, and I offer you all my deepest apologies as I continue to investigate this matter. To prevent further casualties, I have decided to suspend the pilgrimage until this matter is resolved.
What?
No one is all-knowing. No one is infallible, not even myself. But doubt is a means by which we seek the truth, not a weapon we wield against others.
I didn't mean it that way, Archon. I just...
If there are things you wish to clarify, then ask me directly. Doubt my answer if you wish, but now's your chance. You have concerns? State them.
No, of course not.
Even though I have said nothing to change your mind, then it would seem the truth never mattered to you at all.
That guy doesn't even have the courage to answer the Pyro Archon's question. So much for all that glory talk earlier.
I have a question, Archon. My friend Kachina. Do you have any idea where she is? It's extremely important to me. I know you said you were investigating the situation, but I'm sorry, that's not enough.
I've already shared everything I know. If you want to learn the truth and rescue your friend sooner, you should join the investigation. So, what do you say?
Of course I'll join.
In that case, come see me in the speaker's chamber.
We should join them.
Oh, and if it's not too much trouble, could you drop by as well, Traveler? I'd like to have a chat. Rest assured, everyone, I'll keep the tribal chiefs informed on the progress of the investigation. Once again, I apologize for the outcome of this ceremony. If there are no further questions, let's part for now.
Did she just ask us to come along?
I believe she did. Let's go.
The situation is urgent, so I'll get straight to the point. Kachina is undoubtedly a hero of Natlan. There's been unrest in the Night Kingdom, but I don't know what's causing it. Until we find and address the cause of the unrest...
And that means Kachina...
That's correct. Not until the problem with the Night...
How long will that take?
It's hard to say.
Kachina always dreamed of fighting the Abyss, of doing her part to defend Natlan. She wasn't afraid of death because she knew, if it came down to it, the Pyro Archon would be there to bring her back to life. Whenever we sat down together, exhausted from training, she would always hum the Ode of Resurrection. She was supposed to come back to us. We were supposed to hug her and celebrate with her and share her joy. We supported her every step of the way, but what are we supposed to do now? Sit peacefully and wait for her return? Lose ourselves in grief over her death? Tell me, are we her friends? Or her murderers?
That's not fair, Mualani.
It's all right. I understand your rage and your grief. Kachina's life means a great deal to me, Mualani. Believe me, I want to bring her back as soon as possible. I would give you that peace of mind if I could. But please, hear what I have to say so I can at least give you a broader picture of the issue we are now facing. Considering the recent attack on your tribe, I believe the Abyss has found a new means of undermining the rules of our nation.
You mean...
The Sacred Flame. The foundation of our resistance against the Abyss. If we continue to hold the pilgrimage and send teams to fight the Abyss, there will likely be more casualties. But if we stop altogether, the Sacred Flame will only grow weaker. the Abyss will scale up their attacks, and the tragedy we saw with the people of the Springs will only be the first of many.
If we compare the two choices, the former seems to be the lesser of two evils. Sorry, I know that may sound harsh, but I bear the name Malipo. Weighing the costs is my duty. The raw truth can be cruel. But we need to understand it if we want to approach this rationally.
But what would you say, Mualani? This is personal for you. And unlike Kenichi, I dare say it's not a simple case of weighing up which course of action is less painful.
No. I can't choose between them, and I don't want to. Saying that one is preferable over the other is disrespectful to the people who suffered.
You're saying it doesn't matter whether I suspend the pilgrimage. The consequences will be equally painful.
Yes. What happened to Kachina breaks my heart. But I couldn't bring myself to sacrifice other people for her sake.
And that is the crux of the problem. It's not simply a matter of choosing the lesser of two evils. Either way, there will be people who suffer. And the end result will be the same. Belief in the pilgrimage will waver. Once doubt has crept in, the people will no longer unite in battle against the Abyss. And that is exactly what the Abyss wants. Their ultimate goal isn't to break the rules that make the Ode of Resurrection work. It's to destroy the people's faith in them. To prevent what happened to Kachina from happening to anyone else, we need to suspend the pilgrimage. So that is my current plan. And in the meantime, I've made efforts to strengthen each tribe's defenses. Then, we have to find another way of strengthening the sacred flame to keep the Abyss at bay. This won't be easy. I'll need time. I understand your anger, Mualani. But I hope that provided some clarity, at least.
Wow. Hyman thought things were gonna get heated for a second, but the Pyro Archon took the time to explain everything so patiently.
I owe you an apology, Archon. I let myself get carried away earlier, and I'm sorry. You're right. We need to focus on finding solutions.
We could always hold the pilgrimage without sending a team to fight in the Night Warden Wars. That way, we would still be able to fuel the sacred flame.
I've considered that, but the two events have nearly always been linked. Without the chance to fight the Abyss, pilgrimage rankings lose their prestige, and competitor numbers will drop. With fewer participants, the amount of contending fire produced will decrease, and the vicious cycle will continue indefinitely.
So, essentially, the Abyss is taking Kachina hostage.
You've learned about the concept of ley lines during your travels, yes? The Night Kingdom is something similar. Staying there for a short period of time shouldn't have an effect on the person. But with the Abyss in the picture, it's a different story. Your sense of self will be devoured until eventually you become one with the sea of souls. Imagine pouring a cup of water into a rushing river. You can try to scoop up another cup, but there's no chance it will be the same water you had before. I won't sugarcoat it. That is the danger Kachina is currently facing.
Just like you said, Archon. Both of these problems need to be addressed. You can focus all your efforts on dealing with the Sacred Flame. I will go search for Kachina.
The Abyss poses the same threat to you as it does to her. It is very possible you will not return. Knowing that, do you still choose to go?
Kachina's waiting for us to rescue her. That's all that matters.
I failed to protect her during our campaign, but I can make it up to her now. I choose to go as well.
Traveler? What do you think?
Understood. Then I'll support you in any way I can. The Masters of the Nightwind have a technique that can extract an ancient name from the ley lines. If we can find Kachina's ancient name, I can use the link between them to pinpoint. Then comes the hard part. You need to visit the Night Kingdom in person and rescue her.
But isn't the Night Kingdom a land of souls?
Under normal circumstances, only the consciousness can enter. But there is a way to go there in person. However, know that the Night Kingdom will attempt to repel you, and the Abyss certainly won't leave you be.
That's fine by me.
Same here. Fighting the Abyss is nothing new for me.
So, Paimon's the only one who's scared? Well, if you're going, Traveler, Paimon's going to...
Citlali of the Masters of the Nightwind once created an artifact that can be used to communicate with the Wyab. We call it the Spirit Speaker Stone. It was originally used as a ceremonial artifact wielded by the tribal chiefs. But that spiritual quality also means it can be used to search for an ancient name.
That was the artifact I delivered to the Scions of the Canopy a few days ago. Didn't think I'd be hearing about it again so soon.
Thank you so much for your help, everyone.
Your thanks are unnecessary. I will offer you whatever aid I can. Besides, you're the ones helping me. I can only focus on one thing at a time, after all. Traveler, I certainly didn't expect our first conversation to be so serious. I've heard all about your accomplishments. Ever since you arrived, I've been hoping to meet you and offer you Natlan's highest level of hospitality.
Why?
Why? Is that not what happened in the other nations you visited?
Yeah, things were pretty complicated at the start. And, in the middle. But our reputation's solid nowadays.
That's more like it. After all, I've heard you're someone who transcends fate. Perhaps even more than you can imagine. But we can talk about that some other time. Ideally, this would be the perfect night for a drink and—
Oh, I almost forgot. Atea was wounded in the fight against the Abyss. It embodies fond memories and my strength of will.
I didn't think this day would come so soon. If things were different, the two of us could have enjoyed the hot springs together while she gave this to me in person. We're supposed to be hot spring buddies after all. But don't worry. This talisman means a great deal to me. I'll take good care of it. And once this is all over, I'll pay Atea a visit.
You said you didn't want to jeopardize the production of Contending Fire. But that's not at all why you decided to suspend the pilgrimage, is it?
You're right. Even now, the production of Contending Fire is far from sufficient. The gradual corrosion caused by the Abyss has resulted in a massive shortage of pyro energy. And we're currently at the breaking point, as things stand. The pilgrimage is a lost cause. Suspending it allows us to save our strength to defend the Abyss has brought catastrophe to Natlan. And Kachina's disappearance in the Night Kingdom is a direct consequence of that.
We can't let the general public know that.
No. If the public learned that Natlan's destruction was— But if I said nothing at all, they would have continued to question the integrity of Natlan's heroes.
Another simple choice. The latter was clearly the better solution. But you chose otherwise.
I have never subscribed to the belief that the right choice is the one with the fewest sacrifices. Let's go. There's still a way for the sacred flame to last a little.
You mean?
Yes. Come with me. The sacred flame must never go out. Not only does it strike fear in the Abyss, but it's also the pillar of Natlan's stability. So until our heroes are ready, I will sacrifice my power to keep it burning.
But that can only last so long. I think we should focus on the remaining ancient name-bearers.
Don't let desperation cloud your judgment. Those chosen by the Wyab have already embarked on their destined path. It is for them to decide how that journey ends, not us. All we can do is support them.
Even so, for you to make this sacrifice, it's not right.
If not me, then who? No other is capable of sustaining the sacred flame. I possess great strength, but I'm not above my people. This is part of my duty.
Archon, it's the Fatui!
The Archon of Natlan. A force to be reckoned with. The secret of the ley lines is no secret to me. Long have they been destined for ruin. And since the oath made 5 centuries ago remains unfulfilled, what use is the Gnosis in your hands?
I don't know what you mean. But it sounds like this is about more than the Tsaritsa.
In times of crisis, someone must pick up the mantle of salvation. Your plan has reached an impasse, and now it falls to me to create new rules for Natlan. But before the dawn of a new age, the old must be destroyed.
I assume that's the end of your speech? Good. People like us? Let our blades do the talking! Masters of the Night Wind. Send word. The captain and his followers must be apprehended.
Are you alright, Archon?
He was a formidable opponent. Exactly what I would expect from the first of the Fatui Harbingers.
I never imagined someone could match you in combat. If the Tsaritsa sent him here, why would he bring up what happened 5 centuries ago?
Yeah. And how much does he know about Natlan?
The Harbingers are all driven by their own personal goals. The only purpose that unites them is collecting the Gnosis, but I'm sure the captain has his own reasons for—
Whatever his motive, we should shift our focus to the Fatui. If they attack again, and we're not prepared, we're done for.
No. We're running out of time. The wound I inflicted should hold him back and weaken him for the time being. Besides, I'm sure you noticed. The power that came to his rescue just now came from the Masters of the Nightwind.
In other words, there are traitors among us.
Not necessarily. This could prove to be a very valuable turn of events. When we exchanged final blows, I sensed an unusual presence within him. I'll need to investigate further. Kenichi, go to the Masters of the Nightwind and look into who could have aided the captain. Speak to Lali. She should know.
Of course. I'll head out right now. Do you still intend to...
Yes, but fear not. Natlan's strength has never rested solely in its Archon. Together we foresaw the only path that leads to our nation's future. We must trust in that vision now.
Is everything okay, Archon?
Completely fine. Just lamenting the fact that I never got a picture when I could still turn my hair into flames. Too late now. I just hope the others have a safe journey.
What's happening at the stadium? Did something explode?
It feels like the Archon unleashed her power.
Should we go back and check what's going on?
Have faith in the Archon. She wouldn't lose in a one-on-one confrontation.
Once we find Kachina's ancient name, we'll head right back.
Okay, let's just keep...
That's Waina, the tribal chief. Let's head over to him.
Chaska.
Nice to see you again, Waina. I'm afraid we don't have time for pleasantries, so I'll get right to it. We're here for the Spirit Speaker Stone.
Whoa, hold on a second. At least tell me why you need it first.
My friend Kachina is trapped within the Night Kingdom. We need the stone to find her ancient name and rescue her.
Rescue her? From the Night Kingdom?
That's right.
I'm sorry, but someone needs to tell you what you don't want to hear. Going there, a mature warrior would never make such a foolish decision. The nature of battle is unpredictable. You never know how it's going to end. Losing a friend is tragic, but when that happens, the best thing you can do is focus on how to prevent further casualties.
I appreciate what you're trying to say, Chief Waina. But if the price of maturity is abandoning a friend in need, I'll choose foolishness any day. If Kachina's still holding on, then so will I.
I thought you might say that.
Is something wrong, Waina? Life isn't complete without taking risks. That's always been your mantra.
It's nothing. The Night Kingdom is a dangerous place. Can't blame me for checking if you were up to the task. If you're that determined, far be it from me to stop you. Here's the stone. Keep it safe, okay? It's not like we have a spare.
Thank you.
Huh. Seems like you two go way back. But aren't you from the Flower Feather Clan, Chaska?
Oh, Chaska's a peacekeeper, so she's famous throughout the tribes. She's always the one people call to resolve conflicts, so we slowly got to know each other that way. Her younger sister Quichi's always hanging around our tribe, too. She's helped us out a lot in the past.
Oh, you have a younger sister?
Yes. I'll introduce you to her sometime, but let's get back to business. Waina, how do we use the stone?
As you probably know, your intended destination is completely different from the real world. The Night Kingdom is like a river flowing with concepts, and the ancient name you seek is like a tiny fish swimming downstream. In that sense, the stone is like a fishing boat drifting down the river, but the boat alone isn't enough. You need a fisherman, experienced enough to steer it in the right direction.
We couldn't do that ourselves?
With a little practice, I'm sure you could. You have the strength and the talent. If you want to make sure this works, though, I could recommend someone to you.
Who?
Vichama, a legendary warrior and scout from our tribe. He's got a keen eye and a well-honed intuition. Even his ancient name means to seek. If you're fishing for a name, you're gonna want him on the boat.
Vichama?
He's one of Auntie Atea's hot spring buddies. Where can we find—
Ever since Malco passed, he spends most of his time gazing out at the scenery from the cliff tops. Follow the path that way, and I'm sure you'll find him.
Thank you.
Good luck. I hope everything goes well.
I hope the others find some.
Watch your foot. In the sky, too, all right.
Someone admiring the scenery from... Hello there, are you Vichama?
That's me. Did you need something? What? You're saying you can bring someone back from the Night Kingdom? How is that even possible? No, if you really think about it, anything's possible in that kind of place. But that would mean...
Are you okay?
Everything's fine. After I help you find Kachina's ancient name, I want to use the stone to look for my friends as well.
Your friend? Oh, why not mention someone named Malco? Is that who you're talking about?
Yes, but I'd rather not get into it if it's all the same to you.
That's not a problem. We agree to your request.
Yeah. Since you're helping us find Kachina's ancient name, it's only right that we return the favor.
Then we're agreed. Can I have a look at the stone? I see. From what I can tell, it functions almost like an abyssal pylon. Both connect the Night Kingdom to the living world. Once the connection is established, the abyss will come surging through the opening like a predator honing in on the scent of blood. So we have to be sure not to use it in a tribal settlement.
Wow, you got all that just from looking at it?
I just picked up on the basics, really. I still have no idea why it works. You said someone named Lali invented this. They must be a genius. I'll go find an open area and start setting things up.
We'll go right away.
First, I'll need some hook ropes. Pretty much every store around here carries them, so no need to go anywhere special. Oh, and I need to build a net out of them, so make sure you get a good amount.
Wait, are you saying you're going to use a real net to catch Kachina's ancient name? How does that work when one's tangible and one's not?
By creating something tangible in our world, like a net, we can create a connection to a corresponding concept in the Night Kingdom. Basically, I'm going to use the concept of a net to catch something equally intangible, an ancient name.
Oh, I see.
Right. I need two chunks of obsidian. Once we bring the ancient names into our world, we'll need a place to store them. Normally, you can only get obsidian from the Children of Echoes, but I heard...
Gotcha!
All right, let's split up. See that clearing? Let's meet over there when you're done. Oh, and you can send someone with me if you want. In case you're worried I might take the stone for myself.
What do you think, Chaska?
There's no need. Lena spoke highly of you.
I appreciate it, even though that doesn't mean much to me anyway, it'll take some time to set everything up, so no need to rush.
What an odd guy. He seems so defeated, but also really invested in the stone at the same time.
I don't have any more insight than you. Hang on, Kachina. Hello. Do you have any
hook ropes? As in rock climbing equipment?
Yes. How much for...
Oh, the whole thing?
Deal.
Wait.
What, you want me to drive down the price? We just need these as fast as possible. Thanks.
Oh, no problem at all. I'll even pass along some information on the house. These ropes are usually used by rock climbing enthusiasts. If you want to learn, Roka's the person you want to ask. All right. That's everything.
Now we need the obsidian. Let's go talk to the
Excuse me, do you sell obsidian?
Why, yes. I've got a chunk.
Perfect. Is that...
That might be tough.
Thank you so much.
Relax. Everything's going according to plan.
I know, it's just... I could tell Vichama feels that Kachina always carries all sorts...
Well, would you look at that? I did bring an extra. Here you go, young lady. How does it look?
Perfect! Thank you. How much do I owe you?
If you hadn't shown up, these stones would have just sat here collecting dust. Here you go. How's he doing?
Do you know what happened between...
I heard about it in passing while I was out drinking one night, but I don't know all the details. Vichama and Malko grew up together, and even made a name for themselves together. Malko was an amazing fighter, capable of... 5 years ago, they both emerged triumphant on the eve of battle. The Abyss...
Then what happened?
The team agreed that he couldn't... Vichama didn't argue. He knew going to the front lines with an injured leg would make him a burden in battle. So they raised the issue with the pyro... It's just... Malko and the others ended up facing hordes of abyssal monsters in numbers that far exceeded... Vichama went into a deep depression after that. He blamed... Oh, you're not wrong. But it's possible he chooses to blame himself. Not because he did something wrong, but because he wasn't able to do anything at all. I've tried convincing him to move forward, to stop. The Abyss has caused so much suffering, and some wound. Anyway, that's the...
Did you get everything?
Yep, it's all here. When do we start?
I've made all the necessary adjustments. As agreed, I'll help you find Kachina's ancient name. Go ahead. After Malko fell, I scoured the battlefield to see what happened. It turned if I had been there, I would have always blamed myself for what happened.
But that happened. The Pyro Archon said all I...
There might not be much hope, but I still have to try. Malko and I promised each other. All right, let's get to it. I'll start searching for the conceptualized version of Kachina's ancient name. If you see any fragments scattered around the area, please collect them. Make sure you prepare yourselves for battle.
Look at that golden thing. It must be one of those fragments Vichama mentioned. Let's get closer. Whoa, monsters incoming! Watch out, everyone!
Let my name echo in song!
Barbados, guide us.
Bow your head.
How much longer, Vichama?
Not long. We're getting close!
Vichama!
Quick! Take it! I found Kachina's ancient name. Hang in there, Malko. Just a little longer.
Something's not right. The power of the
Abyss is corroding his body. Vichama.
I should have died 5 years ago. I just need a little more time. Please, I'm almost there. Thank you.
Whoa, watch out! The power of the Abyss is strong.
This power.
Hanging in there?
Malko. No!
We can't wait any longer.
I already tried, but the power of the...
In that case, get back!
Chaska, wait!
Ouch! What happened just now? It looked like the Spirit Speaker's stone was...
The stone's power was spiraling out of control. You were all caught in the shockwave of the explosion.
Give us a heads up next time, will you? You're lucky we managed...
I thought I said to get back.
Yeah, barely a second before you made it go poof. Not everyone has your reflexes, Chaska. We were...
Okay.
At least Kachina's ancient name... Vichama!
Vichama!
I couldn't find Malko once your ancient name disappeared, and now...
Vichama.
I'm sure he's heard enough condolences.
Huh? What's that in your hands, Vichama?
Huh? This is...
Hey, Malko. Got any strength left?
Not enough to swing a sword, but to say a few last words? Sure.
Too bad. No one will get to hear them. I never thought I'd actually die on this mission. Not that I'm afraid to...
Guess I have something to be thankful for then. Pisak! Always had to beat me at everything, didn't you? Right to the end, you were never one for goodbyes. Maybe you're right. Vichama, I'm so glad you didn't come with us. Don't be sad. Just keep on living. For the both of us.
Was that?
Seems like we were able to salvage something after all.
Of course. Seeing him, but...
A deeper pain.
Malko was always the type to put on a brave face. For all these years...
Vichama!
I'm fine. Actually, when you asked for my help, but I once allowed to fester guilt. If I could do it all over again, I would have that way. Even if the outcome stayed the same, I still would have. There are critical junctures in life. That's something I had to learn in hindsight. But you're still at the crossroads of your journey, so...
Thank you, Vichama. I promised I would find her.
That's good to hear.
Once abyssal corrosion enters the body, a portion will fuse itself to your internal organs. Thanks to him, though, you were only briefly exposed. Slowing your breathing and controlling your emotions... Just speaking from experience.
Anyway, we've recovered Kachina's ancient name, so we're off to a great... and apologize for destroying the...
Koichi, are you really gonna...
I think you know exactly.
Honestly, it's just one thing after another. They're back.
Koichi?
Don't play dumb with your own sister. You know exact. My apologies, everyone. I just need to borrow Chaska for a few minutes. You come with me.
I'll be just a moment.
Who was that?
Koichi, Chaska's younger sister. Although the two aren't actually... It's not really my story to tell, but she was afflicted with a rare disease when she was a child, and abandoned in the wild as a result. That strength of will pushed her to survive. But it also planted a seed of conflict within her.
For some reason, Paimon can totally imagine.
Well, when Chaska finally returned to human society, it was Koichi's parents who adopted her. At the time, Chaska still had a habit.
I remember those days. One of those fights was definitely with me. Eventually, she found a way to rein in that desire to fight. And now she's who people call to resolve conflicts. She's known as the Peacemaker. It sounds like she still argues with Koichi, though. Don't siblings usually stop fighting when they get...
That's partly my fault. Koichi asked me to stop
Oh, I get it. No wonder you tried to talk...
I'm all for your adventure. You need to take risks when you're young. Because by the time you're my age, you couldn't attempt something like... Still, I can understand...
All right, it's just the two of us.
I don't have anything to say.
That attitude is exactly the problem. It's like you don't care. You try...
Well...
Again with the excuses. We agreed, didn't we? There are 4 levels of danger. But a trip to the Night Kingdom? If that's not a level 4, I don't know what is. And
what do you mean, sneak into the place?
You bought off Uncle Wina, didn't you? He promised me...
You feel like he went back on his word.
Oh,
This is important.
You don't know that? I'm a doctor, and I handle logistics. If you're going to waltz into a dangerous situation where you could lose control at any moment, it's my duty to...
All right, whatever.
You...
Time out.
Chaska, does it sound like...
Then... You need to know something.
But the person you become...
That's a different issue. You said it yourself. A person is only as good as...
I've also told you that
Sometimes you have to make sacrifices. All right, let's stop this here. If we keep going, I might...
Is that a threat? That sounds like a threat to me.
Koichi!
So, you're...
Then support me. I'll be back. All you have to do is wait.
Chaska. So, that's it.
You two...
Something you wanted to say?
I know you aren't related...
Really?
You know, I said that very thing to... It's not my place to get involved.
Thank you.
Anytime. According to Kinich.
If only Tone-Gift Bard was here, he...
It might be in a few more pieces than you...
Huh? I see. Still... Sitla, stay safe out there in the Night Kingdom, okay?
We're back! We found Kachina's ancient name, too!
Well, it's fairly complicated.
The Fatui again? We can...
But what if the Fatui finds out you've lost...
Look, I wish I could offer you some sort of still. All you need to do is focus on your goal.
I can also step in on the Pyro Archon's behalf.
There's no need to be so modest, Yeon-san. You're incredible.
Archon, I'm sorry.
You have nothing to be sorry about. Well, now that we have Kachina's ancient name, let's go track her down. Follow me.
What is this place? Hey, isn't that Atea's talisman?
Good eye. This is where I store all the very...
Whoa. I've never seen this.
It looks like there are items from every tribe. Collecting them must have taken a lot of effort.
I suppose you could think of it as a hobby of sorts, and physical items do a far better job of preserving those stories. Now, I still have some prep. If you're curious about an item, I'm more...
Alright, we'll have a look. Hey, there's a fishing rod here.
That's right. He and I met in a tavern. He told me in his eyes I saw...
So, did he do it?
The next time I saw him, he managed to kill the fish, but... Can a fisherman claim victory?
Well, Paimon thinks he won.
That was my answer as well. The experience was far more valuable than the prize itself. In the end, he didn't want his tools to go to waste, so he gave them to me.
Wait, that means you also know how to fish.
Maybe we can go ahead. The powder still needs some time to settle. Well, what do you think?
Yeah, if each act, does every item hold...
That's right. They demonstrate the true... Most people perceive time as a linear concept, almost like a straight line that can only move forward. We cannot change the past or predict the future. But there's also a different theory, one that I believe to be closer to the truth. Namely, that the past...
At one?
Let's say your journey ended right now. Thinking back on your experience in each nation, which one would you say was the most important? Exactly. Even at the end of your journey, the things you take out a portion of that journey, the future is the same way. It exists even though it... Of course, there are...
That does kind of...
Humanity excels at living in the present. But too often we forget the past, while the pilgrimage and the Night Warden, only by uniting the people of Natlan across countless eras can we fight back against an enemy as formidable as the Abyss. To come up with such a set of rules, the first Pyro Archon must have possessed a level of insight I can only imagine. That's correct. At first, he was a mortal man, namely a framework. By holding the pilgrimage, in addition, the sacred flame will grant the...
So, it all comes down to the power of the divine throne and the rule... Wait, is that a family portrait?
Yes. That's my mother, father, younger sister. I turned a piece of my dad's leather armor.
Your sister is so cute! Paimon was having a hard time thinking of an Archon as an ordinary person. It really doesn't look like there was anything special about you before. Oh, wait, is Paimon allowed to say that?
A little late for that question, don't you think?
Sorry, Paimon...
It's all right. No matter what others becoming the Archon, my father made the most. One time, we didn't close the door. My sister immediately burst into tears. I still remember the way they laid there.
Wow.
Isn't that what being as the Archon?
Well, what happened after that?
I believe she ended up working as an architect. Anyway, that's enough. Place the ancient name up there, and then we'll begin. Surely as the echoes of life resound ancient name.
Am I hallucinating again?
Kachina!
Huh? I'm not seeing things.
It's okay, Kachina. It's just us. We're trying to find a way to bring you...
Everyone, you have to listen to me. I've been investigating the Night Kingdom this entire time, and I figured out what's wrong. The Wyup... I was waiting for the Wyup to send me back, but then this really strong monster... The Wyup saved me, even though its power is weakening. So I've been hiding from the monsters while trying to find a way to help. The Night Kingdom has become a huge mess, though.
Don't listen to those sounds, Kachina. All you need to do is stay...
It's okay. I've never been strong or special at all, really. So I don't blame anyone for forgetting about me or leaving me behind. I'll find a way back.
You're always like this, Kachina. Now, I don't know what lies the Abyss has... You're a victor of the Night Warden Wars. A hero of Natlan. All you need to do is... All you need to do is place your trust in us. No one fights alone. We're not leaving you behind. Not ever.
Yeah, we're so close. We can't call it quits now.
Looks like we've lost contact. This entrance to the Night Kingdom was left behind.
I know. I'm prepared for that.
All right. Then I wish you all the best. I'll tell Koichi to be ready just in case she's... That face you just made. Don't tell me you two...
No, I just...
I'll go with them too, Archon. The more people, the stronger the party.
Thank you so much for your help, everyone.
Now that I've lost my power, I won't be able to provide much practical support. Eon-san, I know it's unlikely, but if you...
That won't...
I hope not.
So we're underneath Natlan right now? It looks nothing like Paimon was imagining.
That's because in the distant past, Natlan was home to an incredibly advanced civilization ruled by dragons. Humans only established their own society after the fall of the...
So these are Saurian ruins? Wait, you mean like the Elemental Sovereign?
Yes, a really long time ago. Very few records have survived until now. These ruins have been abandoned for a long time. But with the recent increase in Abyss activity...
So what you're saying is... We're not in for an easy trip to the Night Kingdom.
No. It's going to be obstacle after obstacle from...
Why are you all...
It's the pre-adventure...
Of course. I'm eager to get started.
Then let's go.
Seems like the road ends here. How should we get across?
As a professional trainer, I think you could stand to build up your endurance, Paimon.
Professional trainer? Paimon thought you were a warrior from the Collective of Planning.
Well, that goes without saying. But I actually work as a sports coach. I provide professional guidance for many of Natlan's popular sports. And I don't just mean physical training. I design nutrition plans as well.
Yeah, so basically no sugar, no soft drinks, no grilled meat.
Yeah, we'll be here all day if you list them out one by one. It's much faster to just focus on what's good for you.
Such as... Those guys look familiar.
We've fought them before. Let's go. Show no mercy.
Check this out!
Whoa, the place we need to go seems really high up.
Strike a pose!
Don't get too close!
Let the world collide!
Supporting fire! Check this out!
Shower me with
Silence! Here's backup! Don't get too close!
Let the mighty be humbled!
This is the final stretch. We just need to climb up, and we'll be there. Nothing to it.
Easy for you to say.
This must be the entrance to Pyro Arc.
Yes.
We actually have... Okay, Paimon just needs to psych herself up. Hey! You don't have to drag Paimon! You're pulling too hard!
Looks like we made it. This is the Night Kingdom.
It looks so different from what I imagined in the stories.
That overflow of energy is probably what...
From this point forward, everything we know about the real world no longer applies. Anything can happen here.
Paimon's more worried about how we're gonna make it out. We obviously can't go back the way we came.
Do you see that patch of light on the ground? It's shining down from that fissure in the sky.
Oh yeah, right in front of us. So that's coming from up there? Oh, it's so high up. Did we really fall that far down?
Just like I said, our real-world knowledge doesn't apply here. If this was the real world, we'd have to climb our way back up to the entrance. But here, all we have to do is stand underneath the light and offer a prayer.
That's it?
So that means all we need to do is find...
Exactly. This light is...
The terrain looks difficult to navigate.
Yeah, these floating...
Those are all manifestations of abyssal power. Be careful.
Ghost! A talking ghost!
Calm down, I'm here to help. You're the ones who helped Vichama, right? Yes, I'm Vichama's friend, Malco. It's like it was seeking... I'm sorry I can only appear before you in this
No, we should be the ones apologizing. But we had to destroy...
Of course. Under the power of the stone, it turns out even our regrets were exactly the same.
Whether in triumph...
Exactly. That may not be in the cards for us, but you're looking for a young girl from... I'd like to help her while I'm still in this... Be careful.
Paimon didn't realize it had gotten this bad.
It's like a seething volcano ready to engulf our world at any moment.
Ouch!
Quick, get back here! You can't go wandering off. Stick close to me. My power will be able to ward off attacks for the time being. We won't be able to keep this up. Let's try another route. This way.
A silence fills the air.
Not good. More monsters.
We shouldn't waste our time on them.
Oh, Paimon can't see anything!
It's easy to get lost here. Just stick close.
Did you hear that?
What?
Never mind. It was probably just my imagination.
Don't scare Paimon like that!
I heard it too.
What did it say?
Doesn't matter. It's certainly...
Paimon just heard it too! Let's keep going. Paimon wants to get out of this place!
We're here, Kachina!
Oh, honey, you made it!
Looks like our reunion will have to wait until we take care of these monsters.
Good idea. Let's go!
Yoo-hoo! Let my name echo in song!
Check this out!
settle down.
You're here. You're finally here. Thank you so much. That monster can appear from anywhere. It almost caught me up. The YF's power helped keep me hidden, so I just tried to stay out of sight until you got here.
Had a girl. You did so well. And most importantly, you weren't hurt.
Should we start heading back then? Actually, I have a request. Will you come visit? I can't exactly put it into...
That was the Pyro Archon's theory as well.
In the Night Kingdom, there are 6 main totem poles representing the Wyab of each tribe. You can think of them like the body of each Wyab. Additional totem poles, like the ones around, there are countless proxies scattered around the Night Kingdom. But if a proxy were to become severely contaminated...
Judging by the current situation, I don't think we're...
Still, we can't just leave the Wyab to suffer.
I agree. Getting rid of the monster might slow down the deterioration.
Kachina? What's wrong?
Nothing. Just a headache. And that voice again, telling me to abandon the Wyab and leave this place. Maybe we really should leave. No, I'm fine. Just up ahead.
Listen to me, Kachina. We'll come with you. You don't have anything to prove either. It's okay if you reach your limit. We'll be there for you.
All right. The sooner we get this done, the better.
We've already come all this way, so we might as well try to get to the bottom of this.
Let's go.
I'll stay here and try to stall the Abyss monster.
All by yourself?
It's all right. I don't have much time left. If you're anything like my... So go.
Thank you forever.
You're a true... Does your head still hurt? Let me help you walk.
I'm fine. You should know I'm made of stronger stuff than that. Wyab, I'm back. My friends and I are here to heal you. Wyab?
So we were right. The contamination is already too severe. All right, get ready, everyone. Time to purge the abyssal energy from this place.
Careful. We've got company.
Already?
You really think that puny soul could... He tried to get in my... He would have dispersed with or without me. You may have defeated others of my kind in the past, but underestimate me now, and it would... No. The power of the Abyss is intoxicating. I thought this naive little... That is the tragedy of your ancient names. Pride. The Pyro Archon created those grandiose ideals out of pure... Don't believe me? Then ask yourself, why is the Pyro Archon strong beyond measure, while you, Kachina...
Kachina! Give me your hand. Feel that?
Thanks, Moalani. Because I'm not...
You're right. But you also couldn't be...
What?
The courage we have to stand before you and not back to... The power lies not in... but in our commitment to uphold...
Well said!
Let's go, Kachina. It shouldn't take more than 2 of us to handle an enemy like this.
Sorry in advance, but you deserve what's coming!
There aren't many in Natlan who can...
From the ashes!
Here goes!
Flames!
There's some!
Here's the inferno! Power of flame compels...
Check this out! Best of luck! Let her rip! Drilling down! We won! We actually won!
That's what he gets for under.
Fantastic work, Kachina. Absolutely. This makes me so unbelievably happy. I'm happy too, Mualani. Together we really are unstoppable.
Huh? My ancient name is glowing? But I thought I didn't bring...
It's probably a projection from the real world.
Wait, does that...
That was a bold move, diving headfirst into the fire to save your friend, especially in a place so overrun with abyssal corruption. Still, seeing you pull it off, everything you said was exactly right. As isolated individuals, it took years' worth of scars and lots of unnecessary suffering for me. The Pyro Archon's plan will unite us as one. Only then will we have the power.
Who are you?
Tupac, a warrior from the people of the Spring.
I've heard that name before. You were...
Since you were able to awaken my words from your... Under the name Uma...
Me?
As long as blood still runs through your veins, even the tiniest spark of steel against stone can ignite a flame. Its blaze will become one with our vision for Natlan. Even amid everlasting darkness, our bonds remain eternal.
So that's...
What do you mean? Did you just figure something out?
500 years ago, they foresaw the very crisis we're facing now. Efforts to save Natlan started all the way back then.
We can go over the details once we get back. We shouldn't linger here longer than we have to. I know bits and pieces, but I had...
This sounds like something that's going to need a lot... Okay, that should be enough. Why up?
I hear your voice.
Great. Well then, I was going to ask... I'll keep searching within myself for the...
You are already an outstanding child in my eyes.
Huh?
You are all my most beloved. Your ancient name is just that. Focus on who you want to be. The story of your ancient name is... It gladdens me to see the Pyro Archon's plan move another step towards... Go now, my children. Say...
I know we've never met before, Wayab, but thank you for encouraging Kachina.
Whoa! What's going on? An earthquake?
We're out of time.
It's the power of the Abyss. Quick!
It's a Seelie! The Seelie opened the way for us! We'll never make
You've done well. Now come home.
We're back! The Pyro Arc,
but she's not here. Yeah, didn't she say
she's still in the speaker's chamber?
So you're saying her
every great display of power.
You must feel terrible, Kachina. Let's get back to the stadium.
I recommend getting a full checkup.
Paimon feels okay. What about you, Traveler? Right. You always...
Let's get going. We need to share what we learned.
Right. The Wyatt mentioned something.
I'll let her explain everything. We're all a part. Every move we...
It's good to see you all here in one piece. I know you must have a lot of questions, but let Koichi check you over first.
Thank goodness you made it back. I came here as soon as the Pyro Archon told me about your plan. Take a seat, everybody. All right. I have to say, though, I've never seen...
He always has been special like that. He can even...
Given the current situation, that ability will likely play a great role in the events to come.
Of course. I still have patience to seize.
Thank you, Koichi.
All right, all right. Just give it time.
Yeah.
All right. There's so much to discuss, I don't even know where to begin. I'll get straight to the point. Natlan is on the verge of destruction.
Huh? No.
That's right. But I've only ever disclosed our looming destruction is not a recent development.
Mualani told us a little bit about...
500 years ago. Unlike the other nations, Natlan never had stable and deep-rooted late. The battle against the Abyss was exceedingly long, and even then, it took centuries of solving the disasters caused, and still, this is but a superficial victory. The force...
I'd never have guessed.
The problems plaguing the Night Kingdom are all the more complicated because that realm is essentially functioning as Natlan's immediately after the war. But at that time, we were a nation of the Our civilization was dying if we didn't bring the nation back. So, the Archon had a long and involved discussion with the heroes of each tribe, and finally came up with a 500-year-long plan to save Natlan.
So that's what... After finding Kachina, I encountered a strange figure who gave me a series of new memories. Since the plan was mentioned in those memories, I guess I've been chosen to play, but there's still something I don't understand. Those memories showed me the Pyro Archon from back then.
Huh? But that doesn't make any sense. The Pyro Archon is supposed to be human. It's impossible for a human to live that long.
That's right. The hardest thing for humans to overcome has always been time. Or rather, the natural limitations of our lifespan. A god can extend a human's life by using a certain amount of divine power, or subjecting them to a curse. But, as we all know, Natlan doesn't have gods like that. A human life is like a flame destined to be extinguished. 500 years ago, I placed my life within the sacred flame. Only by dying before my time could I have the chance to wake up again.
So, in other words, this is your...
Yes. We only managed to defeat the Abyss all those years ago because the tribes came together as if the Natlan of the future was to have a fighting chance. The goal was to reunite. Once a tribe was back to its full strength, the tribe's Wayab would select a hero. The chosen would then stand by my side in defense of our nation.
So that means...
That's right. You bear the ancient name Umoja, the same one held by the hero from your tribe 5 after your adventure in the Night Kingdom.
So in other words...
Yes. According to the plan, each tribe was supposed... The 6 heroes successfully inherited the ancient names from... Once again, it comes down to the tier...
Just like how the Ode of Resurrection...
Exactly. It's just another tactic the Abyss is using against us. The Abyss may not possess intelligence, but its if we want to unblock that information from being... So, I've tried my... Currently, Shalonin of the Children of Echoes, Kinich of the Scions of the Canopy, and Iansan of the Collective of Plenty have all been... During your adventure, you too earned the acknowledgement of your Wayab, Mualani. In the process, you gained the memories stored.
But we have less than...
Yes, but we have no choice. We cannot start the plan until all the heroes... That's also why I haven't been able to take action despite the urgency of the situation.
But if you knew this whole time, why didn't you just tell me about my role in all this? Wouldn't that make everything go a lot faster?
Perhaps, but the opposite, just like you're determined...
So I suppose you're not going to tell us who the final...
That's right. Their time is yet to come. Putting pressure on them beforehand will only hinder their development. I can only trust in the... I have never believed I could solve this crisis. Natlan's salvation lies not in its Archon or any... You're quite perceptive, aren't you? I thought...
Huh? Oh, right.
Even though I sacrificed my power, I still needed a contingency plan to ensure you would... After all, I was the one who allowed you to take that risk. And Muala, in addition to their sentimental value...
Fuel?
Yes. The stories embodied by those items are certainly important, but there's an even more significant... Over time, they became imbued with this on their own. Each item's power is limited, but together, their combined effect can prove quite useful in a dire situation. By burning those items, I was able to activate the content... It was a rather crude approach, so all their power was...
But weren't they all precious treasures? What about their stories?
That's exactly why I dragged you all here. No matter...
You have nothing to be sorry for. You all just... And then, it would only be a matter of time before the Children of Echoes... Besides, when those heroes entrusted their belongings to me, or the Pyro Archon of their time, if they knew those items helped save the present-day heroes of...
Even when you put it that...
There's no need. Remember what I told you about time? The people and the events of the past are never truly lost to us. We simply carry them with us in a different form. In that sense, we didn't lose. If you still have regrets, let them fuel. Your deeds will become new legends and nurture...
Well, we'd still...
Well, if that's the case, just treat me to a drink sometime. Now that Kachina has returned, we can finally hold the victory feast and celebrate your team's triumph in the Night Warden War. And we could all use the rest, that's for sure. Plus, you'll be able to silence everyone who doubted you once and for all, Kachina.
Still...
Try not to let it get to you. All right. You should head out. I'll join you in a bit.
When I was young, I used to sit by the hot springs and listen to the stories of warriors from all over Natlan. They attract people from all walks of life. Friends come easy here, no matter what tribe you're from. The people of the springs have never claimed the hot springs as their own private property. It's been really nice seeing the children of my tribe get older. I've witnessed their energy, their determination, their absolute passion. Even when they cause trouble, I'm certain Mualani will become One day, when I'm no longer in fighting form, I'll come here and tell stories to all the children. So, you better get busy, Pyro Archon, or I'll end up running out of stories.
Our nation is The Abyss is a cunning enemy. One that I faced in battle many times. My rage will never... But you came to me because I understand your choice. The heroes of today will forge the path ahead with blood and fire. Just remember to earn us the victory we are owed. Otherwise, rest assured, I'll find a way for Natlan.
So, you're gonna head fight, but what about the youth?
You can't ask her those questions and expect her to answer, my dear. The decision is hers to make, and she deserves our support. We will do everything, even across time. We will all do our part to fight for Natlan's future.
Yeah, Oh, seriously though, Dad should be here. Where is he?
I imagine he didn't know what to say, so... Just remember, no matter what happens in the future, we will always love you.
I'll come find you one day. I know I can't live that long, but I'll think of something. There has to be a way for us to meet again one day. If there's an answer out there somewhere, I'm gonna find it. So, don't forget about me.
If that's your decision, then you have my full support, Archon.
May our children live to see such a lovely son.
For Natlan!
No one fights alone. The rules are my leg.
War forged.
Who?
We are the inherit, those who grew along, those who forged our own destiny and future. That is Natlan's fire, the lifeblood of our nation.
You here for the victory feast too?
Oh, no. I knew Chaska would be here, so I just came to... It's not that I don't want to celebrate Kachina and the others.
Ah, well, you two...
She didn't cause any trouble during your trip.
Yeah, she was super helpful.
That's good.
Is there a reason you asked? You were pretty outspoken when we first met, but now it's like you're holding something back.
Maybe it seemed unreasonable. Her impulse to fight is extremely strong.
Her mental strength helps her rein it in, but she still loses control sometimes.
So what you're saying is...
Okay, so maybe it sounds a little stupid. Anyway, I'm just glad you...
What? Do you really have to go that...
No way. Chaska never opens up about her own. I appreciate the understanding and don't... Oh, and if you ever need a doctor, you know who to find.
Huh. Who would have thought there was a deeper reason behind their arguing? In the end, it's all the Abyss's fault.
Let's give a huge round of applause to our brave young warrior, Kachina!
Woohoo! Well done, Kachina.
I always knew you could do it. You're one to talk. Don't think I didn't know you were the first person to abandon your team. I'll be dealing with you when we get back.
I had no choice. My friend invited me. I couldn't just say no.
Oh, really? So you weren't just trying to get...
I wasn't, I swear. I just happened when he insisted on repaying the favor. What was I supposed to...
But the fact of the matter is that I'm really sorry, Kachina.
It's amazing that you still...
So, what up?
Our team captain drank too much the night before the competition and turned up...
Alright.
There's, dear friends, firstly, I'm grateful to this traveler and his companion Paimon are some of the strongest people I've ever met. If they were allowed to participate in the pilgrimage, I have no doubt that they'd win the whole thing. They've agreed to let me learn from them. And let's not forget my good friends, Moalani, Chaska, Kanich, and Ayan-san. They all helped the trap. They too deserve to be called our heroes. So...
Well said!
I'll drink to that. How does it... To be honest...
Well, you better get used to it. Next up...
Hey, please...
Ah, you're here. Have some fruit juice. I got...
How did you know?
You look like you've still got questions. Ask away, because... The thought of telling them, abandon your families and everyone you love, and come with me to the end of time. For in 500 years, Natlan will be destroyed. You could just as easily point out that everything in this world would come to an end. Imagine if I said, let's leave right now, and go save the sun because it'll flame out in a few million years. It would sound quite ridiculous. I couldn't make them shoulder. Besides, every generation will have its heroes, this one included. The plan could still work, or, of course, without me. But since I was the one who came up with the plan, I felt duty-bound to see it through to the...
I'm suddenly remembering that portrait in your room.
Yes, it was. So when you asked me who my sister grew up to be, the truth is that very little information survives. From what I've been able to piece together, I can conclude with a reasonable degree of confidence that she ended up as an architect. She played an instrumental role in rebuilding the scions of the Canopy tribe. Still, it was an impressive achievement. You feel loss keenly. It seems to stir up feelings of regret in you. But this is something This is a war. And there can be no war without loss. The people of Natlan look to me as their Archon. And the weight of their expectation...
Yeah, doesn't that mean
I suppose, but so what? Even if the future ends in destruction, there's still no reason to give up on the here and now. And it's precisely because this is a pivotal moment. We are still 2 heroes short. Well, 3 to be precise. There's one. Your resistance to the corrupting power of the Abyss is truly remarkable. If you agree to join us, you will not only gain my full support in your journey, but I will also forge a brand new ancient name for you.
Ancient names can be forged?
They can. Several strict conditions must be met, but If they could, possessing an ancient name would mean that your adventures in the Ode of Resurrection may have temporarily lost it. Just like in the Night Kingdom, I will be there for you. That is a...
Yeah, we can't just...
Wonderful. Then I'll reach out to Shilone and write. We've never forged an ancient name for an Outlander before, but I trust she'll find a way.
My lord, we've received word that the although your injury complicates...
Victory and defeat are rules, not outcomes. As for you, I must confess, I did not expect that little trick of yours to save the day.
No matter how dense the fog, as long as the sun remains, we cannot turn day into night. She could have dispelled it. She simply chose not to. You don't have much time, and you're injured on top of that.
I'm beginning to see just how useful you may turn out to be. You heard something from here.